So I guess the next important question to ask is, once I have true and false, what can I do with it? And the obvious thing that Boole came up with is that you can combine the true and false values using logical operators. And here I must also mention that De Morgan is another big mathematician around the time of George Boole who also spent a lot of time working on this. So you might see De Morgan's laws when you have studied mathematics in the past. Anyway, for now, 3 operators. So 2 values and 3 operators. And the operators in Python are very pretty. They actually look like English. In other languages, these operators are not written the same way. Anyway, there are 3 operators: and, or, and not. And the idea is that we can combine logical truths using these operators. So I made a statement here, for example. So you can see a kind of logical construct here. If, so the if is also a logical construct. We'll come to if a little bit later in this talk. Then after the if, you see there is a statement here: all students in this course are focused. And the idea of Boole was either this is true or this is false. There are only 2 states for this predicate, for this clause, for this proposition, right? That either the students in the course are focused or they are not focused. So it's a 2-state logic here. Then you can combine this clause with an and now you're saying and motivated. So again, it applies to the students in this course. In English, we shorten it and we do not repeat it. But again, are the students in the course motivated? True or false, right? So we have combined 2 Boolean conditions, and then we're going to draw a conclusion. So if this is true, then they will be successful in achieving their learning objectives. So you see, this will soon, you will see that this can be made into a programmatic state, into a program. But you see how easily in language we use logical constructs all the time. But I must highlight here that when we use it in language, we are not always precise. For example, in this sentence, when we say this in English, we are not always thinking that these are Booleans and we're combining them with an and statement and how many possible conditions can be there, etc., etc. Whereas when we work programmatically, this gets very precise and we can ask a lot more detailed questions. Okay, so simple idea, and we'll talk about these operators very carefully.